Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit 3 presented by Gigabyte. We are in the China qualifiers Phase 2 action, and we are in the very last series. One of these two teams is going to be moving on forward into the Summit 2 land for that one spot, and the other, well, their Summit 3 journey ends. LGD taking on EHOME. It's already been quite the spicy series as well. GoDz, what started as a best of 5 has already become a best of 3. This should be a good one here, and we'll have to see if we're going to be going the full 5-game stretch or if one of these two teams is going to shape up and try to close it out here in the next 2 matches.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We've got a close series on our hands one way or another. Even with a one-sided game 2, that was just a very strategic Zhao 8-esque victory. I mean, he just comes up with these strategies, these drafts and lineups, which everything comes together. All the movements around the map, Crisp and EHOME got completely shut out. There were definitely a lot of big laning stage mistakes there, and I think that's where that game was a much bigger blowout than it should have been. And we talked about the early TP bottom from ROTK, where he didn't get the Observe Award. Then from there, the smoke gank on mid lane, which didn't really seem to do all too much. LGD also not zoning out Yao in the off lane. That was just a terrible early game lane stage from EHOME. That was like as bad as it gets. So recovering against a Lycan, always very hard. He's kind of one of the best snowball carries in the game. So we'll see how EHOME react here. I imagine things will be a bit more polished in the early game.
We'll have to see as the draft does begin. It's still looking like that agreement of no troll is definitely in play. I mean, it's pretty much a confirmation at this point. Seeing it still not banned, still not picked up, and I still love to see it. But that sniper, he's got to go. LGD ban him out. Vengeful Spirit, Queen of Pain, not going to be seen again here. EHOME get rid of the Storm Spirit early on, and that pesky Bat Rider's got to go. And with the first pick, LGD are going to be able to snag up the Shadow Fiend. EHOME respond by grabbing up their support duo right at the start here. And, you know, this is a duo you can't really hate on to get early. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of counter options to them. You got Lion, who offers great lockdown potential and some quick bursts with the finger. And then Ancient Apparition, who for a lot of teams could be picked up as a counter to something with a lot of sustain, like a Wisp, a Chen, anyone really out there to offer a lot of healing potential. But it also, excuse me, reduces LGD's options in this drafting pool. You don't want to be picking up the Morph now. You don't want to be picking up that Wisp. You don't want to be picking up all those big healing kind of heroes. And, you know, it's a nice grab. And I'm curious to see if RTK is thinking something a little bit funky fresh here, maybe building on top of this and maybe going a bit global. We could see a potential Zeus pop-up, Spectre. I think that'd be something fun to see, but for now, at least, LGD, they're on response. They don't care if it's an Ancient Apparition. They still get a Treon Protector for his living armor and possibly for his luxurious Agnum's grab.
Okay, so I'm wondering what this EHOME team is thinking here with these next few picks here. I mean, they really want to hide what they're doing with the Lion plus AH pickups. Game 1, it was the Morphling, which really came to fruition, which may be something they look to go back to here, since they've taken the AA for themselves, and Elder Titan is just not really a viable pick anymore. But I'm really curious to see what they have planned here, because the fact they don't pick up any cores in the opening 2 makes me think they maybe have some kind of a set strategy in mind. I think they do want to potentially ban the Lycan again, unless they're picking it themselves, because that Lycan Shadow Fiend 5-man is pretty damn scary, and yeah, they'll ban the Lycan.
They could pick up the Morphling again, knowing that they have the AA on their side. It's something that worked out for them nicely in game number 1. You know, it could be just as simple as that, but yeah, I mean, Lion A doesn't really give away a whole lot. They have plenty of options to work with here. They see LGD, though. You could say almost the same for them. They ban out the Viper, which is a bit interesting. You know, he can be a nice lane dominator. Could give Shadow Fiend a run for his money. That could just be getting rid of him and Queen of Pain. They just want to help secure Shadow Fiend in a strong mid lane presence. So, okay, well,
had to happen.
I guess EHOME are like, you know what, we're done. That's it. Yeah. We got to do it. And there he is, the Troll Warlord, picked up 3rd. Here up to this point. The code has been broken. Well, we don't even know if there was a pact in play. I just want to check chat to be curious if they had any sort of snarky remark, but no. Okay, well, I guess sooner or later he had to show his ugly mug, GoDz. There it is. Troll Warlord for EHOME.
10 seconds remaining.
That kind of makes a bit more sense with the way they opened with their 2 supports. Didn't pick any of their core heroes and waited to see what LGD went for. They ban out the annoying Lycan. They see a Shadow Fiend. This is looking like a solid troll game. Tree and Overgrowth is one thing for the Troll, but Troll can easily go into a BKB, even a Manta style you see every now and then, so he has plenty of ways of getting out of the Overgrowth if he needs to do so. But we'll see what EHOME have in mind for the rest of their draft. So looking at some heroes that can benefit from that Battle Trance now. The Sniper being a big one is banned out. Spirit Breaker sometimes comes to mind, but there's a lot of good right-clickers who can get a lot of benefit from the Battle Trance.
Oh yeah, certainly so.
Remaining.
I mean, we could even see a cheeky little Faceless Void or something come up, and oh man. I was going to say, I wonder if that's a little bit of RTK going, we're not even going to let you have that potential option. I mean, yeah, LGD did pick up an Earthshaker. They did run it as an offlaner last time, but they still could have grabbed the Phoenix for themselves and really built up some serious team fight with the lockdown, of course, from the Overgrowth. You get an easy egg down, and there's really nowhere for your opponents to run. They're just going to be eating all that serious damage. They're going to get hit with that stun. An Echo Slam on top of it could have been crazy. But maybe RTK is like, you know what? I feel like playing it. I'll take it. And he just grabs it up himself.
I see this pick, and it doesn't really strike me as amazing for the EHOME draft. From the point of view, it gives them some good team fight that they were lacking, and that LGD don't have any good heroes to kill the egg just yet. It's solid, but it does feel more like a deny pick because of how good this hero works with Treant as well as Earthshaker. So I think from that perspective, it's as much a deny pick as it is a hero that RTK wanted for his own team. Because he's been playing more of the... I mean, he's been playing teamfight heroes. Phoenix is a teamfight hero, but he normally plays a more tanky frontliner like a Tide or a Darkseer. The Axe is a common pickup for him. The Batrider, which we're seeing banned out a lot. Phoenix has not been a hero that RTK has gone towards as much lately and just in general.
Now we're going to see the Lina pickup here, which I think is a really nice grab. I mean, it's no surprise. Zhao Wei, he's all about the Lina nowadays. He'll play it himself in a support position more often than not, and we've been seeing him doing a lot of work, and they have great ways to set it up, and it could add a lot on top of the team fight they already got with Tree and Earthshaker, and it also takes away a good potential mid lane candidate for EHOME to take it to Shadow Fiend. Now, what are they going to do for mid lane matchup here against Shadow Fiend? I mean, what, Razor? I've seen other teams go for like a Wind Ranger, which could work out pretty well, but is there anything else I'm missing to match up against Shadow Fiend in the mid lane?
I think Wind Ranger's one of the better ones. But yeah, the Viper Quapper two good bans there. That's where EHOME may be running out of options. Maybe they even send someone like the Troll mid. I'm not seeing any crazy good options. As far as the one here that still strikes me as good if they want to build a team fight around the Phoenix is Magnus. Yeah, it doesn't beat the Shadow Fiend mid, but it farms in the mid lane. And then you've got that Empower Troll Warlord. You've got the RP to fight around the Supernova with. I think that's a pretty scary draft for EHOME if they go for something like the last pick Magnus. But generally speaking, teams are picking up a second core hero, like a second carry. That's where EHOME are banning on Medusa because normally LGD pick a second carry to go with the Shadow Fiend, and LGD ban out the TA, a secondary carry to go with the Troll.
Yeah, I never see any of these teams play Magnus. I mean, I don't mean to be just like that blunt about it, but Chinese teams just don't care for Magnus, man. I mean, it's all the Western Rave. Like getting that, you know, like Cloud9, Empire, dude, they slam down these delicious RPs, and then with an Empowered Troll Warlord, he just comes in and just destroys. But where we don't get to see a whole lot of Magnus, we do get to see some Invoker, and I do like that.
This is even less picked than the Magnus. This is an In-Flame special, though. Back in the old EHOME days during DAC when I was playing with Mushi and co, this would come out every now and then. This is a hero In-Flame loves to play.
I'm happy. It had been quite a while since I've seen Invoker really pulled out here. And, all right, the question is, though, is this a Quas Exort with the lineup they already got? I mean, it looks like they're just going to go more fight than push, so maybe crowd control could be pretty solid, and it could definitely prove to be trouble for like a Treant Protector if his mana pool's riddled, same with Earthshaker. But now we're seeing the Spectre picked up last, the Sylar Spectre, and, well, this is a hero he loves to go for. I mean, if he needs to rice it on up and build in some, huge amounts of farm, he can always come in into a team fight, just with the quick press of the R button and get involved nice and action-packed. But is it just something to retort against the Invoker? Is this something they probably had in mind at the get-go? It's a lot of team
I think they just had it in mind. It seems like a pick I don't think this is like a response to the Invoker. I don't think the Invoker really changed this last pick at all for them. It's a carry that can actually fight early with just some basic phase boots, magic wand, and a bracer.
5 seconds remaining.
It comes online in the early game when you hit level 6, and then you farm up your Radiance, and then you get your second peak with your Radiance.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to lead things in for game number 3, as it's now pretty much become a best-of-3 series between these two, LGD and EHOME, as they battle it out in the finals for the Summit 3 China qualifier. And I'll lead off introductions for your Dire side. We got LGD Gaming, their director-in-chief and captain. We got Zhao Wei, going to be playing the Treant Protector this go-around, not the Lina like we've been seeing him do a lot. We got Maybe, who's going to be playing your Shadow Fiend. No real surprises there. Sylar, he's going to be playing your Spectre. And behind, we got MMY, who's now going to be sporting the Lina. And that means we got Yao, who's going to be playing your off-lane Earthshaker. And he's got that fancy schmancy and very expensive golden totem.
Alright, well on the Radiant side, EHOME going to be mixing things up. It's going to start with ROTK, the captain, the drafter in the off-lane on the Phoenix. He's got both supports up there with him. DDC on the Ancient Apparition. Lamb going to be playing your Lion. As we move towards the mid lane, it's going to be Troll Warlord, ZYF going mid. And the safe lane, Inflame Invoker. So they're going to go with what looks to be a bit of an aggro trial lane potentially, although before that we may need a bit of a remake here, unfortunately. I'm not sure what's going on with some of these pings here. Sometimes the Perfect World servers play up a bit. I think you know a bit better about this than I do with the games you've been casting.
Yeah, they still run into their own bit of hiccups. Normally it hasn't required a remake, so we're just going to hope that they kind of wait out this little bit of a lag storm and then hope that they can kind of resume play from there. And it looks like that can be the case. Obviously, I don't know what the hell they're talking about right now. Chongxi, okay, some crazy characters, and it is going to be a remake, so I'm going to go ahead.
I like how there's some Chinese characters and there's like a capital letter C in the middle of them. Just like, how does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a crazy version of Spanglish or something like that. And then a wild, like, random all cap, okay, finally appears. And I'm like, are we supposed to know what you're talking about right now? But let me get out of this one. We already got the new lobby, it looks like. We'll hop into this one underway. And we'll get back in the action here. So hopefully everyone kind of got the memo. It looks like that is the case. And we can get back and started. But, I mean, this is looking like a series build-up, guys. It's certainly not feeling like a 75-25. I mean, I could be speaking too soon, and we could see LGD kind of just have their way the rest of the series so far. But I feel like that was a pretty strong value bet for EHOME here. And we'll have to see if they're able to bring it back. I mean, based on the draft we've seen, do you already have any sort of early impressions for how this Game 3 could go?
I don't. This is going to be a different game. I think it's going to be very dependent on what EHOME do with their two supports. The Lion AA, it's not a crazy strong roaming kind of or like aggressive duo. The AA, I mean, it's two range heroes with Chilling Touch, so there is killing potential there, but you've got to be able to get like that initiation off. You've got to be able to get that Impale or Hex. So what these two heroes do is going to kind of decide how the early game goes. You've got your Invoker in a 1v1 matchup. So that should be a pretty standard thing. Your mid lane's a Troll versus Shadow Fiend, where Shadow Fiend has a slight edge. But the two supports for EHOME is the big X factor. What they get done, whether they can get an early first blood at top, maybe go for a smoke gank mid. They did have a starting item for smoke, so that's going to be what kind of dictates the play here.
Now, what if this game ends up going the distance? We get to the later portion, 40, 50 minutes. You got a critical mass Troll going against a critical mass Spectre. Normally, I'd be like Spectre without a doubt. She's got the factor with the Haunt, a potential refresher, double Haunt, buyback Haunt, all these fun ways, and obviously could just wreak havoc throughout the whole team. But it's a Troll, gods. And we all know what Troll can do, but do you think that Spectre has enough that maybe if this game goes really late, LGD still kind of have it there? Any
yeah, I think so. You get like a Skadi, and your SF tanks up. Like your SF, I imagine, will go like a mech BKB Skadi type build, and you just kite the Troll, slow him down with the Skadi. You've got overgrowth from your Treant Protector. I feel like they have got good ways of dealing with the Troll, and you get to that stage of the late game, Lion's probably fallen off a bit. AA is good for the Ice Blast, but not really a whole lot else. Phoenix falls off a little bit, potentially, so I think the late game does go well for LGD here, but it's going to be the early game laning stage where so much can happen. An Exort Invoker can throw Sunstrikes around, and that's not really... They haven't got good setup for the Sunstrikes, but still something with some potency. I'm curious to see if Inflame is going to go for a Quas Wex or an Exort build this game. Based on the lack of setup, it may be more of a Quas Wex game.
Yeah, more often than not, it's been Quaswex, our admin, stepping in saying, "Hey guys, we all good here?" Where everyone seems to be jolly and happy with the ping setup we got now, so that's looking pretty sharp. And I don't know if this is what he did in the last game, but Xiaowei just immediately rushed out from the lane without even buying anything. Now he gets a ward, but yeah, he gets another one. Which could have been shared.
He did rush up here last time, so that's more or less the same. The Earthshaker actually did a different ward. I mean, it hadn't been scattered or anything, so it doesn't really matter or anything. It's not like it got checked out by EHOME or anything. We went straight to the remake, but different ward coming out from Yao this time around. I don't think he realizes this is. I don't think it's been caught on by LGD that it's an offensive trialing yet, because they're still going with this ward to block the pull camp or the second pull, the double pull. They do not know where DDC and Lamb are right now.
From that sound of the horde, we're going to get things underway here. I can't help but just kind of look at this Invoker set. Is this the BTS Invoker set? Looks like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to me.
I think he's got the extra piece.
He's got a little bit of a mix and match setup here. You know, of course the pop genuine collar underway, and then he's got the different Forge Spirits. I don't know. Maybe it's just me not having to see a whole lot of Invoker as of recent, but I'm excited to see him here nonetheless, and in a safe lane get up at that. And, well, we also see Xiaowei lingering near this mid lane. No early skill point into Leech Seed or Living Armor quite yet, as he's just kind of keeping eyes here. And, yeah, the Troll versus Shadow Fiend matchup, we don't see it very often. Troll more often just kind of working into the safe lane and building up farm there. And we'll have to see if maybe he's going to get put in check a lot. He only got 2 shared tangos, and he already uses one of them, so that's not a really good strong start. I mean, Troll is anticipating eating a bit of early damage. He goes right for the Pro Man shield, and he's got 4 tangos and a shared tango on top of that.
Oh, yeah. He's going to just run straight at maybe when possible, and if he's just right-clicking, maybe the creep harassing him is just going to be negated largely by the Pro Man shield, so this is a good way to start things off for your Troll as far as itemization. And SF with a couple last hits, that's all he really needs, but now Troll just going to man up. One raise comes out, maybe as well as ZYF. They're getting a bit of a fight here. He's got the living arm. He's going to turn and fight. Maybe needs more raises, though. Looks like he's going to get 1-2. He first blood. Maybe wins the battle. That living armor coming into play, and Troll getting too aggressive.
Yeah, Troll trying to do Troll things, but yeah, you can't forget about the living armor. And Xiaowei, man, he's the lifesaver then on that one. And also, bottom lane, they get the kill set up onto the Invoker. Suddenly, a wild MMY appears, and quickly 2 lanes going very nicely for LGD.
I talked about EHOME likely polishing up the early game laning stage, because that was where things went really poorly for them last game, but it's been the opposite. This is not the start they were hoping for. Maybe on Shadow Fiend with a first blood right away. He's not got an amazing CS by any means, but that maxes out your souls. Getting a kill with Necromastery is all the souls you need. So he'll come back to this lane and just dominate Troll. I mean, I don't think he's going to... Troll will still get some farm, but SF is going to just have near perfect CS.
Maybe, or this is just my tinfoil hat theory. LGD are like, oh, okay, you broke the code. You're going to go Troll, huh? Well, fine. We'll turn it up a bit. And now they first blood the Troll, and then they get a quick kill on bottom. LGD not playing around here. EHOME, you can get your Troll all you want, but we're going to show you that we can get the job done regardless here, and maybe even getting a DD rune. So he'll just kind of dance around a bit for now in this mid lane get it. But bottom lane, they're still pressuring Inflame. Yeah. They get the connection from both stuns, Fissure and the LSA. There's the nuke, and Inflame is going to be forced to go into the Ghost Walk now.
Just hit level 4 from that last creep he got XP from, so... Also out of Ghost Walk. That's 200 mana, though, so that's still a good victory for them. Well, I mean, LGD chew through all their mana, so it actually ends up okay for the Invoker, who can heal up using his Salve Tango and his Quas points, so...
You know, this coming in this matchup here in the bottom, Inflame was expecting that he would just have the time of his life going toe-to-toe against just an off-lane Shaker, but... Alright, mid lane, they move on in. Quick Hex onto Maybe as they try to strike back onto him. He's still able to walk away from this. He's got the move speed, turn back raise, and again, Maybe is going to get the kill. Taking down ZYF. LGD just continue to look strong here in the early game as they push ahead 3-0.
And they need this, because the Spectre is not going to farm. Phoenix, one of the just worst heroes for a Spectre to have to deal with in the lane stage, especially when you've got a Treant as a melee support who can't zone. The Lena's gone bottom lane, and I mean, MMY's helped out, got that early kill on the Invoker, but at some point you've got to help secure your Spectre farm. This is looking like a game where Sylar is not going to get good farm. His catch-up is going to come from ganking more than actually farming the lane. He's going to get a fast level 6 with solo XP, probably pick up like some phase boots or a Ring of Aquila even, something to help him gank early, and then try to get hero kills with his team, because that's the only way he's going to get any farm this game, it feels like.
I mean, the nice thing for EHOME is ROTK is getting a lot out of this offlane. He's heading CS actually at 18 and 5. He's level 4 in 4 minutes, but as I say that, he's going to get stunned and killed just like that. Yep. I don't know why I bothered really boasting him up at that point, because the curse is still there. And LGD continue with their flawless lead-in as they move ahead now 4-0. And what was EHOME's best lane has already been brought down a peg. And now we have Yao, who's even camping this mid lane with an Invis rune.
Yep.
But no one having any of it. ZYF is, for now at least, waiting out back by the tower. Lanham is nearby on his line just in case something does break out. And they even scout out the ward placement right there from Xiaowei with their own wards. So that's a nice little grab for them. It could be free 50 gold.
Yeah, small victory going the way of EHOME there. They should be able to deward that fairly quickly. Although it's money that the supports are kind of struggling to farm right now. It looks like DDC, no boots on your AA. He buys the sentries. He's going to TP scroll. Playing that true 5-position support right now. Scouted out by Observer Ward here as he rotates up towards top lane.
Yeah. He'll move on through. Lanham also just kind of looking to find his own little home here. Xiaowei plans to pretty aggressive ward down this mid lane. Maybe seeing if Lanham's kind of hanging back and behind. If they do any sort of smoke movement, they'll get that extra bit of notion. And I'm sure he grabbed those sentries, right? Yeah, he's going to quickly deward that, get that free bit of 50 gold. Let's touch base with Bottom. Inflame on his recovery path back into the game here. He's at level 5. He gets connected with a fissure, but he's building it on up. He's got his phase boots. He's got his early robe. It looks like he's going to do your standard like cookie cutter Quas Wex Invoker, going straight for the Orchid.
Alright, so there's your phase boots on Sylar. Doesn't have his level 6 quite yet, but once he hits that, that's when maybe you go for like a smoke gank if you're this Lina plus Earthshaker, or the Earthshaker even looks to engage.
We have
Speaking of Earthshaker, well, SF, I mean.
Yeah, they will get him. All right, EHOME are able to get themselves on the board. They might get a 2-for here, and it looks like they will. Beautiful EMP, the tornado flying out from Inflame, and they get the Earthshaker. Just an early rune tift. They thought they had a good grab on the Lanham. They set it up with the fissure, but quickly it was all hands on deck from EHOME, and they just turn it right back around, and they get 2.
There was a kill top lane, so it's like EHOME get on the board, but meanwhile they're giving a kill to the Spectre lane while losing their Phoenix, who's one of their more farmed heroes, so they're just struggling to find like a clean, okay, we got a kill and then we pulled ahead. It's like there's always something going wrong for them somewhere in these early games. Like they should be able to get those kills and not give up the Phoenix at top lane, because that Phoenix has been up against his dual lane for some time, and that's just a misplay coming out where he gets caught out by the Lina. And Lina, MMY, he's farmed. He's got his Tranquil Boots. He's 1-0 and 2 just from the hero kills and experience that he's getting. Is getting off to a fantastic start here on the support role.
Yeah, EHOME, they don't want to be taking 2 steps forward just to have to take a step or 2 back thereafter. And it'd be nice if they were able to kind of be able to cleanly get a lot done here without having to lose much more. So Inflame now working with under the tower. DDC, I mean, he's been kind of stuck being paired by his side for a little bit. He'd love to be able to get some time for some solo XP, get that Ice Blast ready to go, and then you kind of have some good counter back fight. So when you're going against a tree who would love to set up a big team fight with his own overgrowth, sets for an easy Ice Blast from the other side. Meanwhile, up on the top, ROTK does make his return. He's trying to go right for the urn, contest a little bit, share some of that XP from the side camp, and now we'll work with what he can here. But he is level 6 now. We do have our Supernova ready to go. Do you anticipate maybe ROTK will look to get involved and try to put this egg to use early, or is it just a little too frail? I mean, at level 1, it's only 5 hits, so you better make sure that you get it in a good spot.
It's hard to just go out and use your Supernova as well. Maybe if you team up with the Invoker with like a Tornado as a setup, but I think it's more likely we see it used as a counter initiation or used around the time Lion hits level 6, because the egg alone is not going to get you kills. You can just run away from a dive Supernova. They need the burst damage of the Lion. So I think around the time Lamb hits level 6 in his Lion, that's when we'll see Lion immediately go for a smoke, and quite likely Phoenix will kind of tag along should a team fight break out to go with that.
Alright, ROTK, he's going to get harassed back here. Oh wow, LSA will connect here. MMY though, not level 6 yet. Not going to be able to finish him off with that Laguna. but we'll be able to bully him out of the lane and back to base. Lanham was finding his own bit of solo farm time there in the mid lane. He's now level 5 himself. Level 6s are slowly coming together.
Yep.
And DDC, who's just got stacking duty in the meantime, he'll work with what he's got there. So it is going to be a bit of time from both sides to kind of get these items and levels underway before they really start getting into the heat of the game. But as I say that, quickly 3 items fly out, and the biggest one there, Shadow Fiend. He goes right for a Blink Dagger here for maybe.
Wants to get aggressive. I think these 3 are going to go for a smoke here with Yao, Jiawei, and Shadow Fiend. The Spectre just picked up his Ring of Aquila magic stick. And yeah, Ring of Aquila doesn't sound like a big item pickup, but for a Spectre, that just gives him a lot more damage, much greater ability to farm. He actually TP'd home, gave this top lane to MMY to give Lina level 6. Unfortunately for MMY, he's getting ganked out, but that's a kill on MMY's Lion. But elsewhere, Shadow Fiend gets a pick off mid. That smoke gank succeeds, they kill the AS.
Simultaneous action there. It's just going to be a quick support for a support. LGD are going to be able to add a little bit pressure now on this tier 2 as they clean it out. Plus, Sylar was able to get involved with that kill, which benefits their carry nicely. Now they go for the dagger, and he pops the egg, but that's not happening on OTK. He will go down, and he didn't have Icarus type, so I do understand you got to do something about it. But now a quick jump over the wall there from Sylar to make it go on to Inflame. Meanwhile, back behind, there's an Echo, but it's a last dying breath there for him as it's a 1-for-1 trade. ZYF will eventually go down, get sniped. Double kill for maybe with that raise. And suddenly all hell breaks loose. Laguna gonna fly on the Lanham. He shakes it off. And here comes the dagger. Uh-oh. Lion. Is he gonna be able to sneak away from this one? Turn around, stun connection. Here's DDC back. Gets off the cold feet, which is gonna force Sylar to step away. Zhao Wei, he's gonna get chopped down. And it's a buyback from your troll. ZYF looking to just kind of get involved and get the most out of it here, but it is quickly 5-9 now.
That is Shadow Fiend. Just that Blink Dagger is blinking in, hitting raises all over the place. He cleaned up. That was just brutal. This is where your troll has been shut down, not getting that good early game start, and he's looking pretty squishy to the maxed out raises of a Shadow Fiend. And Shadow Fiend with 900 gold. This is looking like a fantastic game to be a Shadow Fiend with a 5-1 scoreline, 76 CS, top of the farm charts, and well on top of the net worth charts. 6k plus net worth, and no one's even broken 4k yet, apart from the Shadow Fiend. He hit 7k! Oh my gosh, maybe he's out of control.
He's way off and ahead, and I'm curious what he's actually going to be building up next. I mean, you could traditionally just go right for the mech, but if he gets a Yules at this point in the game, he might be able to continue to build up a snowball really big.
I can see a Yule's working. This is even the kind of game where you can go for like a Sanjin Yasha just for like the value item when you can pick it up this early on.
Uh-oh. They have an overgrowth here. Are they going to use it?
Bottom tower is under attack.
Here comes Shadow Fiend.
Leech Seed. Zhao Wei not popping it yet. Will do so there. Only connects on the troll. Fissure follow-up. Lanham moves in, gets the stun connection. Laguna will fly out on a DDC. He will end up going down. Gets the Ice Blood off, but it will not connect on anything. A going to get dished out from ROTK. They turn back towards it. Can they pop it? They can. And quickly another double kill comes together for maybe. The Shadow Fiend is really on a tear. Inflame's going to be going down next as Sylar looks to come in and get involved. And then on the backhand side, a little troll trying to walk away. Sylar does make the second jump over to him now. It's going to be a 5-man takedown if they can get him, but they can't. Lanham even buying back for this.
He can't get it.
He can't get close enough for the finger, but he might get MMY. At least he will. Oh, it would have been a big grab to get him, but maybe he's going to be able to walk away with more kills under his belt.
He's got 8.3k net worth. This is insane. He's just going to go straight into a BKB, or at least picks up the Ogre Club. I don't know if this... I imagine this is a BKB. I don't think you go to Sanjin Yasha, but... Sanjin Yasha, I think, also a good item, but he hasn't upgraded, so... Absurd farm coming out on Shadow.
This is a dream. I mean, when they built up this draft, they were targeting bans that could give them a little bit of trouble in the early game, and it's proved to be quite fruitful here for them. He's got a beautiful start. They got that early first blood on the troll, and then he goes right for a Blink Dagger, makes strong use out of it, getting a quick double, and just continues to build on top of that. They could look for Inflame here in the bottom lane. He's all at his lonesome, and there is help in the form of Zhao Wei nearby. He has another Overgrowth all ready to go. Yao also, he's got Echo Slam.
Top lane, Spectre in trouble though. There's a finger on this line. They're not going to find him though. Oh, he remains hidden.
Oh man, they smoke and go up the other side. ROTK
okay,
could
now
spot
they'll see him.
Yep. Okay. There. Oh, go the hell back. That's where he is.
Sylar, run down.
Oh, no. Dagger to the low ground. See you later, nerds. He's going to make it up into the trees and TP away. They're not going to be able to get him, and he is gone. Oh, lost opportunity. And now when they see everyone in the top lane, they could consider making it go on to Inflame. Do they have the detection, though? In case he does go into Ghost Walk, it doesn't look like it. Do they? Lina maybe? Let him why? No. But they don't need it. They don't need it. Fissure, Blink in, Requiem. He's dead. They did have a sentry, but he's dead now. 14 to 8.
You get a kill, and maybe he's going to get a tower now on top of that. Yeah, you betcha. 9.9k net worth. He is more than double anyone's net worth in the game. Pick a hero, any hero, and Shadowfiend's doubled up on it.
Out of control. Is this BKB now complete?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Oh my, that is scary.
And 1k gold.
1k gold, BKB Blink before 15 minutes in. My goodness. He is glorious right now. And really, this is going to be a scary thing for EHOME. They have been trying their best to try and at least find a couple of setups for themselves, get some strong use out of Lana with his finger, but these opportunities seem to be slipping away. Even now, aggressively moving through the woods. Sylar's nearby, but they still can't seem to nab him. Now he does show his face. He's going to get pinged out. Let's see if they can make a potential go onto him, but without a Blink Dagger on your Lion, it's not going to be too easy here, so they just kind of have to hope that the opportunity comes to them. Lana moving in, gets the Hex, Ice Blast, Whirling Axe's Finger, but look at 3 TPs to fly, including maybe with that BKB. They do get Sylar, but he snags one, he blinks in, and Troll goes down as well. It's not a double kill, but it's still 2 kills down. LGD just get the best out of it. I mean, they may lose Sylar, but their big pride and joy here in their Shadowfiend just continues to get bigger and bigger.
Silo dying is really not a big problem for him. He's just going to go this kind of Battle Spectre, but I think he's still likely to go back for a Radiance. It's just such a good item on Spectre. Even if you get it 25 minutes in the game, you look at how underfarmed everyone on EHOME is. Getting a 25-minute Radiance, compared to the average time, is slow, but for this game, it's a decent timing.
Oh, DDC. Yeah, he's at the wrong place at the wrong time. Xiaowei spouts him out. ROTK dives in, eats a Fissure. They might have been able to quickly turn on to him, but they are just looking to walk away with their bit of winnings and finish out this tier 1 in the top lane. Certain that maybe would love to be able to snag this last hit. He suddenly has a Yasha already back at home in the stash. And there it is. Well, what a surprise. Baby gets the last hit on that one as well, and his dominance continues to show here. 72 plus 96 right-click damage already. Bottom lane, Sylar is going to be the Tornado EMP plus Cold Snap, but it's not enough to be able to finish him off. Just a bit of harassment to keep him back.
So Inflame did complete a mech. It looked like he started off trying to build an Orchid up. He picked up this Robe of the Magi, but I think he quickly realized Orchid is not going to do anything. The Shadowfiends are going to have an incredibly fast BKB. There's no one really. The Earthshaker is maybe your best bet as far as a silence target goes. You could theoretically look to rotate around the map and try to find pickoffs, but the Orchid was not going to be a very good item. So instead, going for some 5-man items, gets the mech for his team, and likely EHOME, I think, realize they're going to have to 5-man a lot. That's their only real hope of fighting the Shadowfiend.
And Medallion now thrown together here for Xiaowei, so Roche becomes a much easier option if it's something they're looking to do. Obviously, would love to lead off by getting a quick pick or a big team fight, and then to be able to easily secure that extra life. But for now, they kind of have to keep these lanes back and at bay. And it looks like a smoke is going to happen here. Yep, Yao's happy to kind of puff that one up, and they're quickly going to go on the move and probably hunt right through EHOME Woods. And uh-oh, poor little ROTK. He's going to end up crossing paths. There he is. Fissure, right-click raise. See you later. Maybe another kill for him. He's quickly 11-1-1 on his Shadowfiend, and that makes for an easy Roche if they want to go for it, and that seems to be the case.
Okay, why not? You want to protect this big godlike streak, I imagine, so they'll look to do just that here. Maybe, yeah, he drops his TP scroll. There's no doubt about it. He's saying this Aegis is mine. From there, well, we'll see some. I imagine these tier 2 towers quickly dropping after this.
Yeah, this is looking really promising here. We saw LGD make quick work of EHOME in the last game. This game, it's looking like it could potentially be a bit of the same. So what is the comeback factor here for EHOME? We check out Troll now. He's got 2 of his 3 components towards the BKB, but that's just defensive precautions here for your Troll. That's not going to be able to match up with the damage output LGD have. Inflame does have his mech, but he's trying to still throw together the remaining parts of his Orchid. Lanham needs to get a Blink Dagger. He's at 1,700 gold, but LGD, they know that they need these kind of items before they can even take a big team fight, so they're happy to take the fight to them, and they take it to DDC first. Now, beyond godlike for Maybe as he gets the quick pick on the Iceman. Now it's on them if they want to keep pressuring this tier 2 or if they need to step back and stop this little bit of a split push from Lanham and his Lion. I don't think he's much of a threat, so they keep trucking on forward.
Yeah, they may... Not sure how ready they are to go high ground. Spectre, no good high ground pusher. Shadow Fiend, yeah, he's beefy and scary as all hell. He's going to go in with the BKB, no Requiem. He's just going to try to do it the old-fashioned way. Right-click down Lamb, and that's a dead Lion and possibly a dead Invoker here as well, but... Maybe unable to go for the good Requiem, but hey, takes the one pick off and we'll back off, finish off the TG tower.
This has got to be one of the best early games and starts for Shadow Fiend ever, and he just gets another one taking out ROTK. Suddenly he's 14-1 at the Shadow Fiend, and it's just about 20 minutes in. It's ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen such a dominating performance from the Shadow Fiend first and foremost. And, well, they're going to try to zone him back with the EMP, but they're happy to actually go deeper into the base. They see how hard he hits. He goes for Inflame, blinks on forward, another raise, and another kill for Maybe. Now goes for DDC. How are they going to stop this guy? He still has an Aegis. Unleashes the Requiem, and kind of canceled last second, but there's going to be the Hex. Maybe might lose his first life
They're
here.
going to save him. Get in there, LGD. You got to protect the package. He's respawning, and they need a Fissure. They need something.
Okay,
where's the overgrowth?
There's the Blink. He does step away. Yao is not going to step forward and get off the overgrowth quite yet. Lanham, Ice Blast. Very nice connection there. Well, they want that bounty. They're hungry for it. Yeah. Big Tornado catches. They're able to finish off the Lina. But there's going to be the quick turn back around. They're able to take down as they get a kill. Inflame. Ooh, narrowly escaping on that front. But here comes ZYF. Oh, if he could get this kill, he would be such a happy boy. Can he get it? Oh, no. Nature's Guys. He goes under. They don't see him. He blinks away. See you later. He is gone. Oh, no. Lack of detection, unfortunately. Not suspecting the Nature's Guys to be there, but shall wait.
Still like a so-so fight for EHOME. They had to buy back their Invoker was the really costly thing, but they got some kills. Spectre went down. You slow down the Radiance. You kill off a couple supports there, but not killing the Shadow Fiend. Oh, that was the pot of gold at the end of what was not a very comfortable ride on this little rainbow. As EHOME are still in a world of trouble right now.
That was also just very greedy play from LGD. I mean, maybe it's just like trying to flex his serious muscles there, going way deep into the base. I mean, he must have been in there for a solid 2-3 minutes, it almost felt like, and they still were not able to take him down those 2 times. And now suddenly he's got, what, about 3K gold? Or he did. He's going right for a butterfly, and I don't foresee an MKB being done anytime soon on any one of EHOME. So as if it was hard enough to bring him down, now he's going to hit that much harder. He's going to have that much more agility, a little bit of bonus to the armor, and, well, now with the evade, it's going to get a bit crazy here. And he'll just continue to farm it up as he pushes down this bottom lane. They might just look to clear out the tier 2s from this point out.
Yep. Seems to be the plan here. They'll swing down towards bottom lane. Pushing high ground, yeah, it didn't work out so well. They had the Aegis. Good news is maybe he didn't die twice. I think it was part of the reason things went a bit poorly. He dived in a bit too deep for them. Meanwhile, mid lane, Lamb in trouble. Spectre going to be looking to bring down this Lion here. Going for a TP out, but Medallion, he gets out.
Unbelievable.
They hit too slow.
I mean, that was spotted out from Zhao Wei. He looked to set it up. Started out with the lead seed. Siler's like, I'll get in there. This should be a quick and easy pick. But suddenly, Lion just gets off a brief stun and walks away. Another small victory there for EHOME, but where the pressure's really building up is here on the bottom. Maybe starts unleashing the right click. There is going to be a Tornado EMP. Cold Snap. He BKBs it off. But oh my goodness. Yao jumps in with a big old dunk and just annihilates both ROTK and Inflame. And now they're going to get the Troll. Double kill for MMY. And ROTK says, we're done here. 23 minutes in. LGD take game number 3.
What a Shadow Fiend performance coming out from Maybe. That is what dreams are made out of. That's a 2-1 victory. Well, it's not victory for the series. A 2-1 lead now for LGD going into game 5. And it's all on the back of this performance from Maybe Shadow Fiend. That is just insane stuff from him. 700 plus GPM. Doesn't get much better than that as far as Shadow Fiends go.
15, 1, and 3. He had a BKB in what felt like record timing, and there was just no stopping him. He just simply got what he wanted from that one, and EHOME, they had to tap out. So they do so, and now we get ready to go away into game number 4 with LGD having the 2-game advantage. It's match point for them. EHOME will need a victory here just to try to take it to the final game 5. We'll see if that's going to happen as game number 4 will be starting up in just a few moments. I'm KotLGuy, that's GoDz, here at Beyond the Summit. We'll be back in just a moment for more Dota action. Sit tight.